My dear brothers and sisters, welcome to the 22nd Sunday in Ordinary Time Church Year B. Today we continue with our reading back to the Gospel of Mark. For 5 Sundays, we have been reading from the Gospel of John chapter 6, where Jesus Christ was teaching about the bread of life, the Eucharist. Therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, the readings today invite us to prepare ourselves and to be ready to receive this bread of life which Jesus Christ has been teaching us about for the past 5 weeks. It is not just any ordinary bread. It is a bread of life which you have to be spiritually clean before you receive this bread of life. In life, many people want to be happy. Many people want to be rich. Many people put on good clothes, put on good perfume, just to be clean physically. But deep within, they are not clean. Today, Jesus Christ in the Gospel invites us and he says, it is from the heart of man where evil comes. Jesus invites us not only to look at the physical appearance, but to go beyond the physical beauty and to transform the inner self. Therefore, today, Jesus is teaching us 2 things. That from the physical beauty, we should move into the inner beauty, the inner cleanliness, the cleanliness of the heart. And secondly, he wants us to move from selfishness to openness, ready to live as a community, to live as brothers and sisters. All the external beauty will not help us, but what helps us is the internal beauty which Jesus Christ talks about today. The scribes and the Pharisees, they had so many traditions, like washing of the hands, sprinkling of the body with water after coming back from the market. So today, they are asking Jesus, why are your disciples eating without washing hands? The question they are asking Jesus is not because they care about his disciples. It's about blaming Jesus that he and his disciples do not respect the law. Moses, in the first reading, gives the commandment, gives the laws to the people. And the essence of the law is to unite the people together. Every law is meant to bring a community of people together. If there is any law which is not bringing communion in the community, then that is having a problem. Then that law is having a problem. Every law has to be in line with the natural law, the law of God. The religion that Jesus speaks about today in the gospel is a religion from the heart. And that is why the words of Jesus today in the gospel, we need to reflect about them. When Jesus said, it is not what is outside that makes a man unclean, but what is from him, what is from within that makes him unclean. Jesus invites us to look deep into ourselves, to break the barriers that separate us from one another. What are those human barriers? What are those human laws that hinder us from reaching out to people. The scribes and the Pharisees, they made their human laws become a barrier to them, and they were not able to meet with other people because they saw themselves to be good and others bad. Today Jesus comes to separate that barrier, to break that wall that separates us, so that we can become one people, so that we can become one community. Let laws not separate us, but bring us together. The work of a disciple, therefore, is to transform the world to a place where God lives, into a place where people are happy, into a place where people are satisfied, into a place where there is no hatred, into a place where there is no wickedness, into a place where there is no sadness, into a place where there is joy, happiness, love, forgiveness, and peace. This is the work of a disciple that we are, the disciples of Jesus Christ. This is our responsibility to transform the world in which we live in. What makes us united comes from our heart. And Jesus wants us to look at our way of life, the way we relate to other people, the way we relate to ourselves and to those around us. In our heart, many are full of hatred, sadness, wickedness, division. What comes from your heart? This is what Jesus is strongly asking us to do. What comes from your own heart? Is it what unites people or what separates people? Let us today, my dear brothers and sisters, look at ourselves, examine our relationship with one another, to be sure, are we people who unite the community with what comes from our heart? Or we are people who break the community into pieces? Let us not only remain good looking from the outside, but let this outward beauty transform us within, so that what comes from us will also be good and beautiful, to transform the community. True spirituality today is not about cleanliness outside, but inner cleanliness. What is your own attitude about the laws? Let us examine ourselves and become people who are ready to accept and to bring about a change in the world, in our own little ways, so that we can change the world into becoming a better place for everyone. May God bless each and every one of us. Have a beautiful Sunday. God bless you.